are vulnerable to being oppressed. But I think it's frankly a badge of honor, and you need to be willing to go to jail. I think Americans need to lose their fear of being indicted or put in prison. When you have a dictatorship, you're going to have dissidents, and if you're going to have anybody standing up for freedom, some of you are going to go to jail. And some of you we're going to go to prison. But just like Nelson Mandela was willing to go to jail for life, he did 20 years. You have to be willing to do that. You have to be willing to take the hit if you're a person who's a freedom fighter and is standing up for rights. Because if you don't, then what you become is a slave.
What you become is a slave. Stewart Rhodes there, one of the leaders of Oath Keepers there, says going to jail for our beliefs and our rights is underrated. It's a good thing he thinks that, because right now that sedition trial that he's involved in right now is blowing off the lid of many things that he was doing, saying, and trying to relay to the former President Trump. Yeah, he's trying to help them take down democracy. He called into InfoWars, that was back in the beginning of October, to complain and congratulate himself, of course, about the stance that he's taking. He's a hard-nosed, real patriotic American. So there's some things that they were highlighting though in this trial that explicitly show parts of his plan. I guess he was truly a patriot. Maybe we can look through some of this and we can determine that. Jason Alpers, a military veteran and software company founder based in Dallas, testified on Wednesday during a criminal trial of several Oath Keeper members, including Rhodes, that he met with him and other Oath Keepers late one evening, days after the Capitol riot, in a parking lot. Alpers told the jury that the meeting's intent was to get a message from Stewart Rhodes, that same guy, to Trump, to whom Alpers said he indirectly had access to. So he lied to him to get some information from him. To ensure the message he planned to pass along was accurate, he brought a recording device disguised as a thumb drive. Then Rhodes typed out a message to Trump in the Notes app of Alpers' cell phone. That's what Alpers testified. NBC News Justice reporter Ryan J. Riley, he tweeted out many of these things that were exposed in court, since we didn't have access to hearing it there. Is some of those things that Stewart Rhodes was writing to the former president about what he needs to do. Again, they were in partnership here with the Oath Keepers. Let's go into it. So he says, President Trump, you can save the republic by doing your duty as commander-in-chief. You must use the Insurrection Act, but of course, to take down democracy. And he said, if you don't, then Biden and Kamala will turn all that power on you, your family, and all of us. You and your family will be imprisoned and killed. You and your children will die in prison. Which one is it? Will they be in prison and killed, or will they die in prison? I don't know. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. More though, you must do as Lincoln did. He arrested congressmen, state legislators, and issued a warrant for SCOTUS Chief Justice Taney. Take command like Washington would. Go down in history as the savior of the republic, not a man who surrendered it. And this is now where he wants to get involved. I'm here for you, and so are all of my men. Does that sound like America to you? We will come help you if you need us, military and police. And so will your millions of supporters. Signed, Stewart Rhodes. That was a written message on the January 6th thing. So also in a recording here, Jackson, I'm gonna get everything out on this horrible person. He said, fight's coming. I'm not effing living on my knees. No effing way. We're just the tip of the iceberg. There's millions of others that feel the same way about this stuff that we do. Rhodes then, after January 6th, we should have brought rifles. This is the big point that everyone's talking about. We should have brought rifles. We could have fixed it right then and there. I'd hang effing Pelosi from the lamppost. Weird how that works. Because again, Jackson, what I remember them telling me was that it's BLM, Antifa, and all of these agitators who posed as MAGA. Oh, no, actually, Donald Trump didn't tell everybody to go down to the Capitol and take over. And in fact, the Oath Keepers didn't have anything to do with this. It was everyone else, until we see and hear messages where he's saying, this is what I wanted to do. Murder, kill, overtake, and your soldiers are there with you. Does that sound like America? Does that sound like something that these people want to back up?
That sounds like something in their great dreams that they have when they go to sleep. I mean, the thing about these people is that they really think they're fighting for something. Like they truly feel like they're on the cusp of something, like they're ready to give it all. Like they're not kidding. I mean, these people, it is insane to run up into the heart of any nation. That is crazy, unless you really feel like it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, and the craziest thing too is these people couldn't explain to you what they're fighting for or why they're fighting for it. You know, because you could quickly break down everything that they have to say, but nonetheless, more and more, the worst elements of the country feel right at home in the Republican Party because this is the bed that they've made for themselves. So much to the point that he's telling, Trump, either go to prison or overturn democracy.
That's
do what
like
you got to do.
There's the only options then available. You said many people don't know what the end game here is, or even what it is that they're fighting for. We see that on full display from things where Michael Schur talked to people, TYT's Michael Schur, and also the Good Liars, that duo there that goes to these rallies and events and all these Trump things, and they ask them, what is it you guys want and how do you get there? And why would this be the other case with the people that you hate? There's never a coherent answer, not once, because there is none. It's all based on that pack mentality.
Yeah.
Anger and violence like from this guy. As long as you keep your supporters desperate and angry and hungry, like attack dogs. Let's keep it real.